I'm trying to understand your question. I know Raf isn't here.
Yeah, no. Okay, yeah. So no, how it comes out better when it's natural. Then I was trying to be all entertainment styles. No, I was just gonna say like if like with mates. It's just so funny watching kind of a conversation with Raps cleaning shit.
It's legit like so for all the listeners out there, Raf is like putting out some doggy like I don't know, it looks like shit. Just like paper on the ground or something. Pee pads.
Laying down the
the pee pads.
The pads.
I'm back.
Hey, what's up, man?
We're trying to have a conversation. We're trying to have a conversation without you, and we're just seeing you like bugging the nappy paper or whatever it was. We're just like, don't take him seriously with this.
My dog is literally behind me. Like that's the start of the pod. When we started recording, it count down, and then when it said 0, all I could smell was shit.
3, 2, 1.
And I'm like, I can't podcast with this, please.
Under these conditions.
In an enclosed room, man.
I know.
Oh my god.
And that's starting to have a full conversation. I'm like, yeah. All right. So, what's your question, Nats?
Ranking bad places to do a podcast is 1, a really hot studio room. And then 2,
I hate that.
2, where there's a dog next to you and it's just chuck the shit. That's number 2.
Any shit. If it's a human being chucking his shit, I wouldn't want that. When it's like anything.
You're in Amber Heard's room and she just chucked the shit on the bed.
That's nasty.
All right, that's what was your question about friends?
Oh yeah. Friends. No, okay, maybe I can frame it a bit better now. Maybe Garcia can relate. Well, you're gonna start that. It's gonna sound so narcissistic. Anyway, when you're famous, and you get friends, right? But it's like I don't think like we're not clicking. But
the cloud chasers, man.
They won't seem to just go. They just won't. They just keep, being conveniently around all the time, wanting to hang out, and you don't want to be a dickhead, right? So you do want to be a friend, but it gets to a point where it's like borderline like acquaintance, like you just want to be acquaintances, but they're pushing that boundary, and you're like, I don't know if I can commit.
It's a one-way street. Like they full think that
it's a one-way street.
Think that you're their best friend and shit, but in the other side, you're like, you're just pretty much an acquaintance to me. But I don't know if you're reading the signals wrong.
Oh man,
it happens. I've had a couple friends like that. They're like, oh crap, and then
you've never experienced that. You don't even have to be famous. I was just using it as an example because it happens more when you become popular.
I think I've been that friend. I think I've been the one who like is friends with someone and be like, hey man, how's it going? And then all of a sudden it's like, I'm pretty sure they hate me.
Oh, I've been there too.
I'm pretty sure they hate me.
Yeah. Because, I think they make you want it more.
Because it was like me and round. Hold up. I think it was me and Round Circle. Because I was like, oh yeah, I'd love to be part of Round Circle.
Oh yeah. Everyone
that was it.
That was bad. Yeah. I think that was everyone.
I think that's still happening, right?
I think everyone in that group started off like that.
Why do you think Nats is in London, bro? Because of you.
because of me. I was just like, just go the fuck away. Just go to London.
It's like, I gotta get out of here.
And Nats was
I need space.
Oh man, this guy's too close to me.
Now he's in the podcast. Can't get away.
People like always talk about like toxic relationship when it's like a man and a woman and how it's toxic and it's always one way. But not many people talk about the friendships, like the one way friendships where people
one-way
like,
friendships.
It happens, and it happens more often than actual relationships because like you're gonna have to be friends with people you're just forced to be friends with, right? Whether it be your partner's friends, boyfriend's cousin or something, or you just attend a party and then you have to be friends with this person, but then at the party you're full buddy because you're in a party setting, but then afterwards they be like, oh, you want to hang out for a coffee? You were cool at that party, and then you'd be like, oh,
there was
maybe.
I know. I had a friend.
It's like friend zoning the friends.
Yeah, friend zoning them even more.
Friend zone.
Friend zone.
Acquaintance zone.
I knew this guy who used to ask me advice. Who used to ask for my advice with like fitness and health and all of this stuff, and I'd give it freely because I was like really passionate about that stuff, and I would always tell him like, you gotta, you could try this, you could try that, and do all this stuff. But he never really listened to my advice. He just kind of wanted to hear it and never really put it into practice. And so it was like he would also complain why he didn't get results or anything like that, but he still asked me for advice. And this got to a point where I was just like, look, man, I don't want to talk to you about this stuff anymore, because I just feel like every time I say it, nothing comes out from it. You know what I mean?
You're like that. You're like that partner. Be like, you know what? I give 110% in this relationship, but it's not. It's not. It's not in return. I'm not getting it in return. So you devalued this relationship.
That's the right way to go about it, though.
But yeah, that's good, man.
I mean, he's still somebody
that is a toxic trait, though.
He's still somebody, like me or him?
No. The guy that doesn't take the advice but always asks for it. Because it's probably you're probably helping him.
Because maybe he was using it as an excuse to talk to you.
Maybe, but like he could talk about anything else. You know what I mean? But I mean,
that's how it connects to you.
What else are we supposed to be talking about, though, Don? I've been quiet all this time, letting you air out your grievances.
Garcia, how do you feel about
Don't worry, out of all the guys in this podcast, bro, Garcia is the one that's pulling, bro. I swear. You don't need the fitness advice from sleeveless Don or shit. You just need to be you with your beige hat, and then the magnet just happens,
The magnet just happens.
I can never get rid of this hat anymore.
He got recognized again, man.
It's glued to his head now.
I don't like the Filipino barbecue. It was on Sunday.
Yeah, man. It's
you got it surgically
awesome
attached.
Spot.
It's like
shout outs to.
It's an awesome spot.
It's like that rapper that had that gem on his forehead. He put that like
massive diamond. Tentacion or some shit.
Who?
You should we should get another beige hat with just your face on it, bro. That's it, bro.
I keep saying it, man. A beige hat with you wearing the beige hat. Beige hat with you wearing the beige hat.
A Balot Mighty Ducks hat would be awesome. The Mighty Balot, bro.
Can
we call that out? Any artist that can just draw Garcia as a cartoon.
I mean,
put on a hat.
Somebody already did, didn't they?
He's got like 5 of them already, bro.
Yeah.
Let's have a competition.
Why are we asking?
The best
Garcia
entry will make it a hat.
Well, I think his display picture is a photo, like a picture of someone did a cartoon of him, right?
Yeah.
He changed it.
Shout out to Ira Joe.
Shout outs.
Artillery Art Collective.
Nice.
No, he's not sponsoring us, so we don't need to put that in.
Edit point.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's a girl. Okay, yeah. We need to bring our female demographic on. That's why we have Garcia. Beige hat himself.
Oh, no.
It's funny though, like because I was doing the sponsor kit, right? And looking at the you
know what? You should
analytics.
just scrap it all. Just put a picture of Garcia. Boom. Sponsors.
That's how we get the sponsors. It's like, we've got this guy. Sponsor us because this guy
has a beige hat.
And then we're like,
have a beige hat.
He's got a beige hat. Yes, absolutely, yes.
I actually really wanted to see what our demographic is. The ratio of female to male ratio.
At the moment,
it doesn't show it in the stats.
female.
At the moment, yeah.
Really?
At the moment, it's 52% female.
Where'd you find that?
And 48% male.
Guys, we're like, we're
what are we now? Sex symbols?
The ladies. I think we are. I think we've become. We've crossed that threshold.
Are we now, Brad Pitt?
That's a big call, bro. That's
like,
a big call.
51% suddenly is like,
man,
are
that's
we
big
Brad
swagger,
Pitt
bro.
now?
Imagine if it was like 57%. Oh shit!
When you tip over the edge, when you go past the 50% mark.
What if it tips back though? Like
everything. Oh, okay, back. Okay, we're
hip hop again.
We're not done. It's either the Don scale or the Garcia scale.
That's me.
Oh man.
But yeah, I want to get a hat. Like in the next range of stuff, our merch, we want to get hats.
Yes, please.
So I think something with a beige hat.
I'd like that pixel one with all four. That'd be dope.
You know what? We should make
Yeah.
a competition. We'll have 4 hats with each of our pixels on each of them, just a solo one. See which one
sells out more. Oh,
Yeah.
Bro, I'm buying 500 of my own. Just to, like, you know, I get so competitive. I'll be like, fuck it. Hey, Max, let's go.
500 of mine.
500, please.
It was like
In
when
the back
Siggy.
is just boxes of hats.
It was like when Siggy did
my
the
head.
spotlight of us on his page. For shout outs to Siggy from 7,000 Islands Wine Co. There was a post for each of us, and then I think Garcia's post got the most. It was like.
Yeah, ain't that some bullshit? Laura, I get competitive with this shit, bro. I will get competitive.
Hey, it reminds me of music again, right?
I'd purposely
Like,
not
whenever you
make
drop
your
a track.
hats. I'll be like just ordering my hats. This is mine. Oh, Nat's
Raf,
ordered,
like-
Nat's
it's like
ordered 500. I'll just change that to my hats.
It's like a Ponzi scheme.
He just blocks it.
It's like a Ponzi scheme, and he's got
I
like
get the hats and I'm like, what? It's all rap. What is this? 500 rap to London. Like, damn it. What am I doing with these hats?
I look at that. We look at the analytics, and you're like, wow, well, that looks like most of them are going to India. Wow, well, that's strange.
You racist cunt.
Because you have family there now.
Yes.
Yes.
Demographic.
Sorry, Fijian
Oh, man.
Indian.
That'd be hilarious. We actually end up making no money because we spend our budget on buying our own shit.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, that's the
Pretty
music.
funny.
That's the music industry in a tea, bro.
Yeah.
You
Let's buy our own views,
believe
we
the
buy our own
billboards and
merch.
shit. They buy their own shit. That's what happens, bro.
I bought my own merch. Bought around down.
But thanks for everyone that's buying the merch, man. Like we've
Yeah,
been killing it
100%.
with the merch. And yeah, the most popular one has been the Tito Planet one. So if you want a Tito
Really?
Planet, yeah. And then the Old Time
Really?
Plan one. So the Tito Planet has been killing it. We only have like 4 shirts left of that one. So
Ooh.
you know, we'll be selling more shirts on that. And that reminds me, we're selling our shirts on our 200th episode because next week will be the start of the road to 200.
The road to 200.
And we'll be doing a live
Sponsored by
event on our 200th episode.
That's
We're going to be
not-
saying August 28th. We'll make a confirmation on our Insta or on our socials, but August 28th seems to be the date where we're going to invite you to see us live and see our community live, our performers, our stand-up comedians, and Garcia. Here's my selling point now. Here's now a selling point. Garcia.
I was mid-drink as well. I was mid-drink. Performers, the musicians, comedians, and Garcia.
And Garcia. Here's our selling point now.
Eyebrow
Shit.
raising.
All right, so let's start the show.
Monkey.
Hey, yo, 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 yo. Welcome to another episode of the Cheatcoders podcast. My name is Raph. This is episode number 189.
189.
And I am here with my usual suspects of Done Doing Stuff.
What's doing?
Did you get a haircut, bro? You look fresh.
Thanks,
Your
man.
face
Yeah, you
looks
got a
round,
fade going,
it's
man.
You
clean
got a
up.
weekly lineup, huh?
No,
weekly
every 2 weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, depending on my.
Can I say your
my schedule.
your eyebrows are impeccable.
Thank you, man.
They're always impeccable.
I get them threaded. We had this conversation
Maintained.
before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Maintain
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah.
Threaded.
Thread-
I've never
maintain
seen
them.
them impeccable before.
Only your pecs. I've only seen your pecs.
Only
These
your
are peckable. These are peckable.
If your eyebrows were on your pecs, would you have impeccable eyebrow on your pecs?
I don't even know how to answer that. But yes, let's just say yes. Yes,
Yes.
to all of
What? Wait, I'm confused. Does he shave his pubes in the shape of his eyebrows? Is that what you meant?
No, if
Yes.
his eyebrows were.
Yes,
what it
if,
is.
he had chest hairs. If he
They
had
kind
chest
of-
hairs,
they kind
and
of
they
point
shaped it
downwards.
up in
Oh,
eyebrows.
chest hairs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Impeccable
also-
eyebrows on his pecs.
But also my pubes, I shave them like my eyebrows. You know, like Dragon
I
Ball
was
Z
way off.
eyebrows.
I thought his yeah.
And,
I thought it was your
and this
pubes.
episode is sponsored by
Vegeta M.
Sponsor us. Please. You can fit your sponsorship right here.
I'm still trying to swing that. Trying to swing that sponsorship.
We're just saying. We just saying.
Just saying. Just saying. It's just natural to us. It's just natural.
Like I said,
Let's just say it's sponsored by Manscaped.
Sponsored by Skate Man.
Skate Man. My balls is fresh. I don't know. We had a good segment before.
we haven't even got, wait for them to give us the products first,
I
and
know,
then
no,
we'll try to.
No, we're talking about Skate Man.
We're talking
bro.
about
Oh, yeah,
Skate
you're
Man.
right. You're right.
That's our
you're
company.
right,
We
you're
made
right.
that. Skate
You're
Man.
right.
Skate man.
That's the most bootleg thing to do. It's just like, you know
Just
what? Let's
flip
start a company. Let's not call it Tesla. Let's call it Lattes, and let's just do electric vehicles.
To be real, latte
Yeah, that
sounds like a
dope.
mad.
That sounds sick.
sounds better
I'm
than
writing that
Tesla.
down. I'm patent pending for whatever that is gonna create. That test.
All right,
Lattes.
and also we have
No, it's
to my
just
left
called
is-
lights.
we have
I wrote it down. I'm like, wait a minute, that already exists. That's leaks.
It's on brand for us Filipinos too.
That's leaks.
Your car's never charged. It's always
it's always late.
It's definitely a Filipino production. Leaks.
Okay, I already finished my introduction. Shit.
Sorry, alright.
And on to my right.
Filipino jeepney produced by
It's getting
Leaks.
too sidetracked now.
Oh man. Go.
And on to my
Sorry.
right is the most popular guy that I know.
Mr. Approachable,
See him on your next barbecue,
Mr. Congeniality.
or see him with your girlfriend. Is Mr. Garcia. Beige hat himself, the wild thought, the man of many names.
Mr.
Zip
Steal Your
Zap
Girl.
Zooey himself. Mr. Steal Your Ninang.
Mr. Steal Your Nina.
Imagine that you become godson, like then you steal someone else's Ninang because you think their presents are better. That was still your Ninang.
all the Ninas start looking at him is like, oi hala.
Mr. Steal Your Ninang. Mano po.
Mr. Steal Your Ninang.
Christian Garcia.
Oh man, the longest intro ever.
This is the longest intro. And all the way in London town.
So far.
Getting down with his Netflix hat right now.
It's an N for Nathan, man.
It's a
Looks like the
Netflix.
Netflix logo.
No, it's
It's
N.
Netflix.
They say it's N for Netflix hat. Anyway.
Hey, it's Nats blazing.
Could I be moved down the lineup of intros? Maybe I'm happy to go before Garcia. Just main event. It's like a concert. I'm happy to go after Don.
Bro.
It's like Don, me,
have the best
then
place.
Garcia.
Now you have the best place after Garcia. When I say Garcia, the viewership go up, and then the next thing that they'll see is you.
I don't know how that makes sense.
It does. It makes sense.
I don't see-
Makes sense.
Garcia brings more of the listeners, and then they stay on because Garcia is like anything after Garcia, they'll be on there.
Oh, it's like titling a song of a famous rapper so it gets downloaded.
Yeah.
So
That's
you
it.
get views.
Yeah.
All right, I'm good. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
keep
So-
going. I need to catch up.
It's like
I need to catch up. We need to
um,
catch up to Garcia.
Jack Harlow's latest song, Dua Lipa, right? So
Okay.
Garcia is Dua Lipa in this situation.
Just
like
because I
it.
look like her.
It's because you do that dance when you're like moving your leg and stuff.
Yeah.
Nah, it just because he's fly as so it's Dua Lipa.
Hey, speaking of famous
Dua
people.
Lipa.
Speaking of famous people, I do have a topic, Raph. It's not really a topic.
All right, let's start. Is this cheese memes? Are we gonna get into cheese memes?
Yeah, let's go cheese memes. I don't know how much
cheese
truth there
memes
is.
are made of these.
Wait,
Who
are you gonna
am
intro
I
Donald
to disagree? I already did.
Oh,
you didn't
I
tell
already
us.
talked about his haircut.
Alright.
Hey, Nats, what do you have on cheese
Biebs.
memes?
Biebs' face got paralyzed.
Yep.
Hey.
What's up with that?
Yeah, there's some sort of
I don't-
affliction that he's got.
Was it from stress or was it a medical? Like,
Yeah,
No, it
that
was
was
like
on
some
that was on the
infection in
news
his ear or
before.
something,
Yeah,
right? Like a nerve infection.
is
Yeah.
that like is that permanent?
Nah,
No.
nah.
Facial
But
paralysis.
they said that it might take months, bro. And I think he had like a tour or something, right? He had to cancel
Yeah, he had to
some
cancel
shows.
because it's affecting his singing because it's affecting his ear.
Yeah.
He can't
Yeah.
hear
Because
as well.
he's gonna look like that guy from Griselda with half his face paralyzed,
You know-
and he raps like.
I reckon he could
This
do
slur.
like Two-Face from Batman. So he kind of looks like it's half makeup anyway.
Apparently,
Or Phantom of the Opera.
Harvey
Wow.
Dent.
Method acting.
apparently he's been diagnosed with a rare neurological condition called Ramsay Hunt syndrome, and yeah, it's
Okay,
like
what's
it apparently is some sort of like facial paralysis. Because I saw a quick video of him talking about it, and when he blinked, it was as if there was a lag in his blinking, and his one part of his face looked like it was paralyzed.
It looks like he's got a lazy eye, huh?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So
So hopefully everything is
Yeah.
okay, and then like he could continue on doing what he loves.
Occurs when a shingles outbreak affects the facial nerve near one of your ears.
far out.
Interesting.
Dang. I know that my cousin had something similar. I don't know if it was Ramsay Hunt syndrome, but like one side of his face was paralyzed for a little while.
He did
Um,
too. I remember
yeah.
that. But it didn't look
but-
as bad as Justin Bieber's one. You know?
Yeah, it just looked like he'd slept on one side of his
Yeah.
face and like woke up. But yeah, man. Like looking at the footage of it, it looks like
looks
he's just
serious
blinking
as-
slowly.
Looks quite severe.
Yeah.
Poor Biebs.
I don't think it's
Pray for
a
Biebs.
permanent thing from what I hear. He can recover, but it's just the recovery can be either 2 weeks or like 2 months. There's really no telling.
Years.
Yeah. Apparently, it's from like emotional stress and anxiety as well. That's the cause of the shingles.
Far
And
out,
that
man.
affects the ear, and then it gets to the brain, and then that's what happens with the face getting paralyzed. But yeah, so thoughts and prayers to him. Like
that's
hopefully
an intense,
it's not as serious.
neurological.
You reckon his songs
Yeah,
are going
because
to be half as good now?
You know how
That's it.
some
Half as
artists
long.
use it to their
He just-
advantage?
he just
Like
didn't
when
wanna-
50 Cent got shot and his song sounded more like gutter. So maybe he'll use
Yeah.
it to his advantage. Kanye,
I
when he
mean-
got into an accident
I mean, it's good
and
that
he rapped with a mumble,
yeah.
maybe that's a new style.
I mean, it's good that he didn't like he cancelled his tour, because I don't think he could have faced the public.
That's a half-assed joke. A half-assed joke for a half-faced person.
Damn. That's just
The
lazy.
Bieber hive is gonna get to us and be like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't have said that thing.
Sorry,
Well,
believers.
all right,
It just-
this is
it's just
this
puns,
is what
just
cancels
puns.
us.
Yeah, no. It's just
All the things we
it's the
talked about.
belieber army, right? Nah,
He's
honestly,
just gonna
though,
have
like
to
that.
work twice as hard.
Oh
It
man.
could be like the performer with half man, half woman, and then you can just flip to the side that you want.
At least it gives him time to reflect, you know.
Glass half full.
We can have all these half jokes.
It's perspective, man.
It's true. It is true.
Oh, we're
It's true.
half faced there.
Baby.
It's half.
Nah.
It's just babe now.
Oh man.
Babe,
We're gonna get
I
honestly,
just got that.
or honestly, we're gonna get cancelled by believers out there.
Sorry, guys. I couldn't
Nah,
cancel.
no.
I was trying to be thoughtful and be like thoughts and prayers to him, and hopefully he recovers really fast and gets
Honestly, though,
to
yeah.
what he loves doing, because that's how we really feel. But these guys had to crack jokes, and I just had, when they crack jokes, I crack jokes. It just happens,
That's what we do, though.
So
All right, let's change the subject before we get really cancelled. I'm actually scared of the believers, bro. They're strong, bro.
You know what? We can make fun of accents. We can all these different things, but don't fuck with the believers.
That's it,
Yeah,
bro.
don't fuck with them.
The cheat coders.
Justin.
Weakness is the believers.
We could talk
That's
about
our
all these other things, but you know, Justin
I'm actually-
Bieber and yeah,
I'm actually a fan of
Off the
Justin
table.
Bieber for sure.
yeah.
Hey, he's good, man.
Yeah, his
Half,
music.
half.
His music.
Alright, just move on. Go. Quick.
All right. On my article for Cheese Memes, I want to talk about Swedengate. Swedengate. So we're gonna talk about Don's favorite country. What is it?
Swedengate.
Sweden.
Sweden.
So
Sweden.
there's this tweet became viral, and it's all about a question was being asked, and the question was what is one of the weirdest things that, where was it? Let me find the question. I don't want to ruin it, but it came across on Twitter, and we found about the etiquette in Sweden. And the question was, what is the weirdest thing you had to do at someone else's house because of their culture or religion? And then someone replied, I remember going to my Swedish friend's house, and while we were playing in his room, his mom yelled that dinner was ready, and check this. He told me to wait in his room while they ate. That shit was fucking wild. And then that tweet blew up into this whole viral thing called Swedengate, where everyone's adding their opinion on the etiquette of having a friend over, or if you should serve them or not. So
Wait,
now this
Sweden
is
what? What's the second word? Swedengate.
Gates. Well,
Gate.
the whole thing
G-A-T-E.
with like gate is like
Gate.
if there's something going on with something in particular, they call it that gate. You know,
Yeah,
as in
that's
like a whole
Got ya.
fiasco
Yeah,
type
yeah.
of thing. So now this whole thing has caused the whole uproar. I think it's I don't even think this is their etiquette, but some people are chiming in that's from Sweden saying, yeah, this is how we do it. Were you doing this just to save, because we have this etiquette of like we bought all this food and cooked up for the amount of people
the
that we
family.
expected for the family. And
the
if someone
efficient
comes
people.
in unexpected, they shouldn't be expecting food of for them.
Right.
And that kind of like goes the opposite of what Filipinos do. They overcook and then
Just in
give
case.
food to everyone, just in case
Someone
yeah.
comes over,
Yeah.
if they weren't planning to eat, they'll just cook a buffet. It's like, oh, your friends are here. Hold up, let me just cook up this buffet real quick.
Look, I
So
agree.
what's your
I
thoughts?
agree with this. I agree with them. Like if
Yeah,
you're,
of course.
This guy, because he does like set meals and shit.
Of course.
Don measures
what
how
do you
much he eats
Sweden
and
over
stuff.
here.
what do you mean? Of course.
Because you're from Sweden and you're so portioned. You're
Yeah.
so precise with your sleeves and your dietary habits, with your exercise.
Oh my
Right,
God.
that's what's gonna
Portions.
happen in the future. Don's kids are gonna invite their friends over, and then it's gonna be like, sorry, I did a meal prep for you this week. So
You know you were coming, so
yeah,
sorry.
Like comparing it to what my parents do, right? So, yeah, if I was to visit my parents with friends and things like that, the first thing that my dad will do is he will offer people food, even if there's no food in the house. There was a story where my youngest brother, it was his birthday, and he was gifted a box of donuts, and I think they were cupcakes or something like that. Cupcakes on pit, and there was like these gourmet cupcakes.
cupcakes.
And yeah, cupcakes, and he put his name on it. It said, "John's Cupcakes, do not eat," like
Do
in
not
big
eat,
writing.
yeah.
Anyway, people came over. It was my parents' friends or something, and first thing my dad does is he goes to the fridge, opens it, sees this box of cupcakes, takes it out, and then he puts it on the table. It's like, "Oh, guys, come eat, have some." And then my brother came home, and he was like, "Where's my cupcakes?" Did you see the
limit, bro?
He was like, he's the sweetest dude. Like he never gets angry, but this one time,
Yeah.
he lost it. He lost it because, like, oh my god, those cupcakes
flip
meant so
tables and
much.
shit.
Oh, bro, is this the brother that moved to Europe?
Yeah,
I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
Is this the reason he left the country?
He lives in-
Then he left the country.
He lives
I was
in-
thinking this,
I'm moving to Sweden.
he lives in Europe now. Yeah, I'm moving to Sweden now. Because everybody, like, you know, they're really strict with their portions now.
I draw the line at cupcakes.
He left Australia
I've been
and moved
nice
to
my
the
whole-
country. He moved to
Never
the
been
country
angry.
that invented muffins.
And has the Sweden etiquette. But do you guys believe in it? Like, do you agree with, like, if you had a, say, your kid and his friend came over and you weren't expecting his friend, would you cook for him, extra for him?
I would try.
I would try.
It's
no biggie.
I think because that's what my parents would do, and that's what my parents have done. There's been times when I've had to share my meal prep.
When you share your meal prep,
like I prepare the food for like the week and stuff like that. Well, like I prepare all this food and then like you know, that I'd share it with my parents, and then all of a sudden my uncle will come over for lunch and he'll be like, oh, I guess I need to share some of that food as well. So I understand. I get the like the whole portion thing, but it's not like I would be like, it's not like I would say, I don't have any food for you. Wait, here, while we eat.
I think that's a bit
I wouldn't do that.
bit extreme, on the extreme end.
yeah, it's crazy. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, sit
It's
there
a bit
and
au-
just
it's a
hear
bit
people
awkward.
eating it?
It's a bit awkward.
It's awkward.
I guess it's less
Like-
awkward than just sit at the table with us while we like eat in front of you. But like that, it's all awkward altogether. I think it's a bit awkward.
Yeah. Well,
The-
like, I think ever since I moved out of my house, and my sister moved out of the house, my parents still cook the same amount of portions.
Oh yeah.
There's always food.
So there's a
They
this is
overcook,
always
yeah.
food.
Fillers,
They
man.
just they don't undercook, as then like they just cook all. They have this pot. They cook everything in, and they have the same amount of portions in it. There's like that's always the same amount of chicken, same amount of this. As long as it fills up the pot, that's the how much you're gonna be having.
Yeah.
Even if there's gonna be like 2 people eating, it's just you know, because they like to keep it for the next few days or so,
yeah, you just have a lot of leftovers.
or just in case one of us come home and be like, oh, I want some food.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Well, again, I could imagine if the Swedish etiquette happened in my house out of nowhere, and I come home and be like expecting some food, and I look into the fridge, it's like nothing.
It could be like
I mean,
also.
it's on brand though,
Yeah.
for the Swedes to be on point with exactly what you need. Because have you been to IKEA when they give you the shit that you need to build your cabinet?
There's
They didn't
no
give you
extra,
extra shit.
screws.
sometimes
there's
screws,
no extra.
sometimes a few screws. But yeah, you're right. It's very precise.
Okay, if that's the case, then I've been building my shit wrong.
He's like, wait, why is this? Why is this here?
It's got a bucket full of spares. And you're, fuck, I'm not supposed to have any.
What's this spare wall doing here?
But maybe like that. If like I've never lived in Sweden before, but maybe that's what they're used to as well. So like it's expected.
Yeah.
So if like for example, if they had friends like other Swedish friends come over and like, oh, you guys are eating? I'm gonna go to your room real quick, and then it's like normal.
I think with this, just in terms of sharing food, when you visit somebody's place, I feel like just general etiquette, you should bring something. If you go on a dinner
Not when you're a kid,
Oh,
at
though.
somebody's place.
Yeah, no, when you're a kid.
Yeah, I know, but like in general now, like now that we're older, you'd bring like a bottle of wine, or you'd bring like, you know,
Or
something,
favorites,
box of chocolates.
box of
Yeah,
favorites.
exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But
I should do that more
Yeah, I
often.
was thinking the exact same thing. I'm quiet right
I
now. I'm
feel
like,
like I
oh
don't
shit,
do
I don't
that as
fucking do
much.
that at all, eh?
It's BYO.
Especially at my parents' house, I don't bring anything. I just bring myself.
My presents
Here's
is
my
my
baby.
present.
here's my
Here's my baby needs more food.
I love that saying, bro. That's the most cheap ass saying ever. My presence is my present.
Yeah.
Oh
100%.
man,
It's cheap and arrogant at the same time. I love it.
It's cheap and arrogant at the same time.
If someone said that, if someone said that, I'd be like, oh, do you have the receipt?
I'm gonna give it back.
Can I give it back?
You have your birth
Make-
certificate. That's the receipt.
Make sure you keep the receipt so we can give back, please.
Exchange for someone else's present.
Well, apparently, like this, there's some like this situation has been blown up to purport, like, you know, to the point that there's some Swedes saying that, you know, this is not the etiquette that we do serve our guests. So it's kind of like a split thing, and the internet just blew it out of proportion.
It could have just been one person. Like it could have just been this one person. And then they put it up on the internet, and then everybody's like, "Oh, Swedish people, they're rude and they're sharing their food."
And then the people who agree is like, "Yo, I agree with that. That's genius. Save some money. We don't need it. They're unexpected people. They should just wait in the room.
That's
in the living room."
Unexpected people.
Well, hey, what is one? Is I got like a question would be like, what is a certain hospitality etiquette that you find is weird or something that stands out?
I don't think this is weird, but it was just something that stood out for me. When I went to Samoa, the way that they would eat, there's etiquette.
This guy in his Samoa. It's always you and your sleeves and your Samoa.
I've been to Samoa. Okay, just
putting it out there.
What do you want me to say? I've been there.
We're expanding our audience. Let's do this.
So when I went to Samoa, the one of the traditions that they have is that the guests eat first, and then the adults eat, and then the kids eat last. It felt very like hierarchical. So I remember being there and eating with my friends because we were the guests, and the son of the people that we were staying with was serving us. And we asked him, like, "Hey, come eat with us," because that's what we do as Filipinos. We want everybody to come to eat all together. And he was like, nah. He kind of just stood or sat down to the side. And it wasn't until we finished that he was allowed to eat. And I was like, oh, okay. That's interesting.
I got a good question. This might split the room, or we're all good people.
Okay.
So if you're at a restaurant, right, and do you wait for everyone to get their food before you eat, or do you eat it as soon as you get it?
Depends if I like them.
I wait.
I read.
That's why you always eat before me, Garcia.
I read the
Food
rooms.
is done, bro.
If someone goes in, then I'll go in too. But I usually just look around. If everyone else is, I'm just like, oh, I better not eat yet. Then these are the types that they'll eat right away.
There's a thing that we do with my brothers and my family. We if someone gets their food before us, we just like, yeah, go ahead, just go eat. And then when they eat, they take the first bite. Like, oh, I can't believe they did that. How freaking rude!
Yeah,
how rude! Can't believe it.
Wow! Go on, eat then.
Wow! Just not wait for anybody. Yeah.
I had a bad day today, and all I wanted to do was eat. Here you are eating your food before me. But yeah, I wait. I try to wait. I try to wait unless they're super insistent. There's the point where you do that back and forth and be like, no, go eat, no, I'll wait. And they keep going at it, and I'm just like, all right, I don't know if this is a trap or not, but okay. Then there's
one way to solve it. You take some of your food, just a little bit, you put it on their plate.
No, fuck that.
So that if
Wow.
You take that shit back later on. When their food gets there, you take your food back.
You take some of theirs back.
no, or if they don't want to eat first, like say they got their food and they don't want to eat first, and you be like, just go ahead, and they're insisting, just take one bit of their food, just like, there you go, I've started already. You just go eat, just eat.
Actually, the way to solve it is just get entrees, and then boom, everyone's eating first, and then you just eat.
Yeah.
When your mains come.
That works.
I don't know,
that works if the restaurant is good.
Yeah, true.
And they're not slow with the food.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's oh man, the whole because it's like a dance thing, right? Like especially like even when paying for the meal, and people go like, oh no, let me pay for it, and then they're expected to say, no, I'm gonna pay for it. So the same
How long
thing
do you
with
dance for?
Well, that's the thing.
Let's dance.
Like the same thing with the food, like getting to you early, and people will be like, no, go ahead. I'm be like, you know what? I'm too hungry to dance. I'm fucking digging in, bro. You know what I mean?
If I had some food in me right now, I would be able to dance.
Yeah.
That's a good thing that you brought up. I wanted to talk, like, how long do you dance with the bill thing? Like, I don't know. Is it rude to be like dancing really short? They'd be like, oh no, I'll pay, and then they'll be like, oh no, don't worry, I'll pay, and I'll be like, Okay. Is
I
that
asked
Again,
once.
it depends if I like them.
But how
I
much
asked
do you, how
once.
many times do you ask? Once is your limit.
I asked
do.
once.
I think I'll do it twice, and then I think that's a safe space to go. And do you do the fight thing where you just nudge them across and stuff? Because I've seen a lot of people do that waiting in line. Yeah.
I'll fight.
No. The way to do it, like if you're trying to get in there, I think is just pay it before they even know the bill
Yeah.
comes.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I tend to do.
The food's already paid for. You can't have that dance at all. I've
That
eliminated
can
that.
backfire
and
too.
now-
My-
Some people get offended when you pay for it. Actually, maybe.
Yeah, but
Sometimes.
screw them. Like,
Yeah.
No, but then it just gives you.
But then you have to
what do you call it? Like
now
the.
you have the whole the beam of dance. Now you're gonna be doing bank transfer dance. You know, like now you're just
Yeah.
it just causes another issue. Like
No, you can just use that as leverage. Just go. Well, looks like you're gonna have to pay for our second date. Then you know, line that shit up for the next one.
I think it depends on the. It depends on the scene.
smooth or toxic. I don't know.
You owe me money,
I,
bitch. Go on a second date.
I
with
always
me.
say
You owe me
You
another
owe me another date, bitch.
what I
Sends out a hit.
what I always say is like what I've done before at dates is if they really insist to pay for dinner, I will say okay, fine, I'll buy dessert then, or like or if they really insist and I pay for it, then I just say it's okay, I got this, you buy dessert. And so it's not necessarily going on a second date, but it's going to a second location for the date.
Oh.
Have you? Wait, can I ask you
that's
guys like a wild
strategic.
thoughty kind of question?
Yeah. Go.
Has this ever happened where like you guys go on a date, nice like steak or whatever, right? And then she wins that bill paying dance, and then you kind of feel obligated to eat her out a little bit longer than usual. Fuck, man! That was a $50 T-bone.
So that's about 15
That's about
seconds.
50 minutes.
15
That's about 50 minutes. I got to stay down there.
I don't know.
I ordered some
I don't know the
sides.
measure.
That wagyu, the fat marbling and that wagyu,
ordered some sides.
that deserved at least 10 minutes.
Garcia gets up
Oh.
after 5 minutes. Like, oh, I bought the sides though, so that's why.
Yeah.
It's like you've been down there for quite some time.
She's like, remember
you
the
wanna
mac
do
and
anything
cheese?
else?
You go, all right.
It's like, oh, that's right.
The mac and cheese.
Mac and
You've been
cheese.
thought it out, bro. Thought it out. Since we're here, let's move it on.
Transactional.
Let's move it on to the wild thought. Then let's go to the thought of the week.
So my wild thought this week isn't sexual at all, man. I wanted to kind of bring light to the fact that we recently celebrated. It would have been on the Sunday that we were recording on the 12th of June. Is
yeah.
Philippine Independence Day.
Oh,
It's the
Philippine Independence Day.
42nd year of independence from Spanish colony, like we were free
Colonization,
from,
yeah.
how many years?
from Spanish rule. 142, I think. This was in
142.
Next year will be 143. I love you, Philippines.
Oh, ooh!
Independence Day,
Sarang in Korean. Yeah, it was 1898, right? Like when we kind of left Spanish rule.
Oh, like that.
So obviously, like everybody knows that Philippines was kind of like ruled by Spanish for what,
Spaniards.
3,500 centuries.
Magellans.
And yeah, man, I don't know if you guys know like family and Phils or whatever that's like celebrated this thing, but a few years ago it was like it was kind of again like brought to light because of the fact that like I never questioned why we called Philippines to begin with, right? And this is like something that comes up every time there's like an Independence Day, because they named our country off of the King Philip at the time.
Yeah.
Prince Philip.
But then it's like, well, it's still kind of like the name of the country is still got that Spanish hold on it. So,
Yeah.
do you reckon we should change the name, considering it's almost like 150 years that we haven't been ruled under Spanish, and people have had like suggestions on what the names should be and stuff. But
What's
What?
the suggestions?
Really?
one of them is like Maharlika, which means like free man. There's other ones like Rizalinas, which is like off of Jose Rizal, I suppose like the national hero. And then there's ones like they took like the names of like Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, so like Luzvin,
Put them together.
Min or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, like I don't know. Have you guys like ever thought? I don't know. Like,
What was it called
if you
before?
were to think up of a name for Philippines, well, we didn't really have one united
because
kind of name because we had
it got united after.
different
used
like
to be a-
kingdoms
yeah.
and stuff, and yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
According to this Wikipedia article, there were different names. So there are different historical names. One of them was Mai, which is like the ancient name for the sovereign state of the Philippines. And then the rest of it was like Las Islas de San Lazaro, Las Islas de Poniente, Las Islas Filipinas.
That still sounds
And
Spanish.
yeah, like similar that, all like Spanish names for the Philippines. So before that, it was it was like I think it looked Mai is like a Chinese name or something. I think, but
We were
I
kind
think
of
just
ruled a
keep the
lot
name.
of.
Just keep
Well,
the
that-
Philippines
that's-
name.
That's what I like the name Philippines.
I like the name
It's
Philippines.
so good.
and
Maybe don't call it the Philippines. Be like the how Facebook got rid of
it's
the.
called Philippines.
It's called the Philippines.
Really,
Branding.
Justin Timberlake just go get rid of the.
That's like in the
That's
Facebook
it.
movie, right?
Yeah.
Not the
Yeah.
Facebook.
No, don't call it the Facebook. Wow.
Whoa! Call it the Philippines. Philippines.
One day we're gonna be so big we're just gonna be called Cheatcoders.
Oh
We're gonna
shit!
get rid of the
Oh,
and
it's gonna
podcast
drop the.
all together.
Cheatcoders, yeah.
That's when you go
That's
public.
it, man. That's the dream, bro.
IPO.
Wait,
Man.
one of the proposed names I'm looking at it is Haring Bayang Katagalugan.
Oh my gosh! Can you imagine,
And
saying
imagine-
that? Where you from?
Yeah.
What's your background? Or
And then but like they'll abbreviate
I'm
it.
Australian.
They'll abbreviate it, and then they'll just be
I'm
called
Australian, mate.
HBK.
HBK.
okay.
Just be like, where you from? Oh, I'm from HBK.
I just call it jalapenos.
Jalapenos.
Jalapeno.
It's
The jalapenos.
I like the idea of wanting to change the name of the Philippines because similar to New Zealand, that they call it Aotearoa. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Yeah, Aotearoa, which is the Maori language. It's how they say, the country in Maori. So it's nice. I think it's a nice idea.
It was called Old Zealand before.
How long does it take for New Zealand to be no longer new? Like, that's the question. When did it be New Zealand?
Zealand.
We'll just call it New Philippines. That sounds dope.
New
New
Philippines.
Hey.
Is-
Philippines. There
New
you go.
Philippines, yeah.
Great Philippines. Nah.
The Great Philippines. The Kingdom of Kings.
We're just getting more extra. The kingdom of
Wakanda. Maganda.
Maganda.
Maganda forever.
Maganda forever. What about
I don't-
like? Do you guys know where the word Pinoy comes from?
Yeah,
we always
It's
Filipinoy.
say-
just abbreviations and stuff.
Yeah, Filipinoy.
Wait, is it for real, Nat? Are you for real? Or you just
Yeah.
Huh?
Filipinoy.
is it Filipinoy?
Yeah,
Is that what it
I'm
is?
Filipinoy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And for the girls, it's Filipino.
Yeah, Pinay. Filipinay.
It's short for Filipino. Pino.
Yeah, Pino.
Like, are
Pinoy.
you Pinoy?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Filipinoy.
Hang on, I thought this was straightforward, Don.
I didn't know this.
Add it to your fun fact arsenal. Next Korean Bobby is like, did you know, guys? Filipinoy. Pinoy.
I'm not talking to you. I just want to take a photo with Garcia.
It's like
What was your name again?
And Ken's behind the camera like brewing. Like, oh, I wish that was me.
Ken's like, I am your manager, bro. I am your manager.
Oh, yeah, man. I think keep the name. You know, it's just
Filipinoy.
It's got so much history, and then we could just add the history to it, and
Yeah, man.
you know,
I mean, it's
we
we've
don't have
always
to change
had
the whole thing.
nicknames, right? So, like, for us, we sometimes refer to it as Phils. You know, our parents usually shorten it and call it Pinas. I think in America they don't say Phils; they say I'm going back to the PI, like Philippine
Yeah.
Islands and stuff.
Yeah,
So it's always got like some sort of like localized like nicknames and that, but essentially, like
Yeah.
you can call it whatever you want, but we're still Philippines. You know what I mean? Like the name that we've had for what 450 years now
Yeah.
isn't going to change who we are because we called it something else. You know what I mean?
yeah. And if they do change the name, it's going to take generations for it to stick. You know, like there's going to be people who's going to keep calling it Philippines. You know,
Yeah.
there's no way of like preventing that from happening. So. But I like the idea. I like the forward thinking that people are just like, you know what, we could go for a rebrand. We could change the
Rebrand.
logo, change the whole
the
thing. You
logo.
know,
I know some people here in Australia call it home. They just go, "Hey, I'm going home."
Yeah.
And that's what that
That's
means to them.
that confused me when I was a kid. When they went home, I'm like, okay, cool. And then they just disappeared for like 3 weeks. I'm like, what? I went home. I'm like,
I went home.
shit. I went home too, and I came back the next day. Shit. It confused me when I was a kid. I was like, oh,
Some-
shit.
So maybe the rename for Philippines could be Bahay. Like, where are you going? Bahay.
Bahay land.
Bahay
And that
namin.
That backfired for me one time because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go home, and then the dude was like, I still need a fucking address, bro, because I was in a taxi at the time. So I was like, all right, let me let's go to the airport first, bro.
trying to buy a ticket to the Philippines, and you're like, "There's no Sydney to home. Where is this?"
Which terminal do I go to?
I like to go home.
Home Airlines.
Home
It's called HAL.
the Republic of Home.
So if we call our place home, are we homies?
Hey, we'll be homos.
The homies and the homos.
Oh man.
Shout out to Pride Month.
Well,
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, so since we're in the Independence Day type of vibe and stuff, and into the whole Filipino culture and stuff, I want to talk about the Barong Tagalog. So let's have a little conversation. And I went through. I was listening. I was like thinking because I saw a photo of Barack Obama in a Barong Tagalog,
Yeah.
and it got me thinking,
way.
like, who else that is non-Filipino and a celebrity has worn the Barong Tagalog?
I remember I saw that photo as well, Ref, and someone said it's not Barack Obama anymore, it's Barong Obama.
Barong.
Barong Obama.
Here comes the Barong jokes.
Yeah.
Yo, I
It's the
had
Barack
no
Tagalog.
idea the whole word was Barong
Barack
Tagalog.
I like
I thought it was
that.
just Barong. But
Yeah.
it's Barong
I learned
Tagalog.
this
Nah,
from,
bro, that's
uh,
right. That's right. Not Barong.
Barong
Yeah,
Tagalog.
you got the Barong information.
That's so Barong.
I got the Barong information. And is it,
Imagine if you spoke Tagalog wrong, they'd be like Barong Tagalog.
you know,
Two Barongs don't make it right.
Two Barongs make a good night.
wow.
Oh man.
All right, so the list goes. Firstly, there's Barack Obama, and then we also have Kobe Bryant. He's one of Barong Tagalog.
Trump has
In
too,
1998
guys.
when
Filipino
he's-
fans,
Trump
man.
has too, you know.
Has he?
Yeah, I just googled Barong Tagalog and Trump came up. So
Hey, there you go. And also Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier when they had the Thriller in
Oh
Manila.
yeah.
no way.
Hmm. There's
They,
a
they
photo.
wore a Barong Tagalog.
There's a photo of Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye, wearing a Barong Tagalog.
Okay. This is
They
just a joke to
filmed
me
the
now.
part of what's that called? That Bourne
Okay.
movie over there.
Is this another way for me to like Hawkeye? Okay. All right. You get a pass for this, Jeremy. And then we have We have
Yes.
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, the
Oh,
photo
wearing
of Quentin
a barong
Tarantino.
Tagalog.
The photo of Quentin Tarantino
Show us.
wearing it.
The
like,
thing is that
his face.
he's wearing this at a what you call it? Where he's
That
wearing this
looks
at
like-
the Golden Globes.
That's random.
He's
Why?
just chilling with it. What? I don't get it. Like, is there?
So he's just
What's the
chilling with
connection?
it because he's a very
Because
Wait,
it
wait,
was a
wait.
hot day.
Are we the only country that associates with Barong Tagalog? Is it like, because maybe he's associated
But
with
I mean-
something else?
It's unique to ours, man.
It's unique to us, say. I
Yeah.
was thinking that, yeah.
Because there's no, because I think Philippines
Yo,
is the only
who's
place
that?
that speaks Tagalog.
On the right. No, on the right.
This one.
Yeah. Sorry.
I don't know.
All right, cool. Anyway.
She's
That's
just
pretty
got a
well. Damn, I know who
see-through
that is.
shirt. That's not really a barong.
We also have
Is that it?
Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton's worn one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, the president's hot.
Marlon
I
Brando's
could
worn
see,
one.
yeah, like a lot of like American leaders and stuff, you know.
Clinton. Yeah,
We've
for
had close
government
Yeah, a
ties
lot of
stuff.
with them.
politicians.
Whenever they
is
go to the
easy
Philippines.
because, like they have to.
Yeah. What's his name? What's his Justin Trudeau? Also,
Who's that?
Yeah.
the president of
Oh.
Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Prime Minister.
I think that's a
Yeah.
given, eh? If
Prime
they're going to
Minister,
do
my
like a
bad.
diplomatic meeting, it's like, oh, yeah, I know what to wear. Oh, Barong Tagalog.
Why is Jeremy Renner wearing a Barong Tagalog? What does Hawkeye got to do with
No,
things?
no,
Hawkeye just
he
wants to
did
be-
a movie of Born.
Born Identity.
I think
Yeah.
Born Ultimatum is Jeremy
Barong
Renner's
Identity?
the main dude, and a big portion of that movie is in
Barong
Philippines.
identity.
Wrong identity.
He's like, let me stick that in again in case the boys didn't hear it.
I like the
Barong
black ones,
identity.
man. The black barongs look sick.
Yo,
Yeah, they look
that
cool,
looks
man.
like leveled up Barong, man. Like a legendary gear,
Bro. These look like costumes from Power Rangers, bro.
It's starting to cross over when there's colors, like the Indian
Like,
style.
almost Wakandan, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's not
Power
a Barong. Is that a
Rangers.
Barong? That green one? I thought you.
It looks
I
like
thought you
it.
could
Looks
only
like
get
it's-
them in
Traditionally, it's not really like colored though. It's usually like white.
silver. Hey, you reckon back in the
Yeah.
day?
I
Yeah.
think because
See-through,
it's
right?
made out of bamboo, right? Like that's what the fabric's made out of.
And it's beige because this beige is popular. It gets people's
You
attention.
know, be dope. You get that mesh Barong. That'd be sick.
You have to have a see-through hat, man. See-through beige hat, a Barong Tagalog hat, bro.
Whoa.
We should
that'd be
have
sick.
Cheatcoders barong, bro.
Oh,
With our faces on
guys,
it and
we
shit,
should get a
that'd be
Barong
sick.
cap. A Barong cap.
That's what Rap just said.
Oh, is that what you said? Sorry, bro. Sorry,
Does messages travel like slower
bro. My bad.
to London?
Hey, listen.
Hey guys, we should have like a barong cap.
Like a cap,
You know,
right?
it just looks like it's just gonna look like a shower cap,
No, a cap like this, like a
a beige shower
no,
cap.
like it's got to be
with
like
a-
this
with a
with a flap. I reckon that look dope,
A
man.
shower cap
You
with
know,
a
you
flap.
know, you know, Jin back then when he was rapping a lot more, he got the Asian hats, right? It's made of like what is it, bamboo or straw? He had a cap made
Yeah.
with that material. It was kind of funny,
That's dope.
but like we could have that. We could have a barong cap. I'm just saying, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's true.
See,
yeah, and then we could like
That
get
would
someone
be
else's
sick.
hat, and we could have the barong cap.
barong cap,
I think you want the bright one, you know? Like you'd want it to be bright.
but right.
No, we want it to be beige, a bit, you know.
This is
Can we,
I'm still looking at the different types of barongs, like the
can we get a photo
um,
shoot with just barongs as well?
Yeah, let's do it,
Let's
bro.
do it,
I'm
I'm
down.
down.
Oh, look at this one. This one looks sick.
You know
it's
what?
like
A photo shoot.
It's
with
got, like, the
barongs,
stu-
right?
the
But we
sun
got
on
our,
the-
our cheatcoder shirt underneath.
Oh, that's
You can
hard.
see through it.
yeah.
Yo, Don, that's hard. It's like a.
Look
it's
how,
like a,
look
that's
how
like
good
a,
this one looks. It's got the sun
That's like
on the
that's like
shoulder.
the Avengers type barong, bro. That's
That
Filipino
looks
Avengers.
expensive
Look at
too,
that.
man.
That's like
that must have a lot of work.
wings. That
Yeah,
looks
man.
bulletproof, man. But you probably get shot, you know.
Don, can you describe this for a lot of the audio listeners?
Barong.
For the listeners out there,
Oh,
it's
this looks
a
amazing.
barong Tagalog, but it's got the sun like embroidered on
the
the shoulder.
shoulder.
And also on the left shoulder, and sun embroidered on the
You know
right
that would look
sleeve.
dope as a tattoo as well. Where the flag is, the
Yeah.
stars. If you had a
Well,
sleeve,
the whole
if you
barong
had a
just
sleeve,
look like you're wearing a barong.
and the,
you could if you want.
and the
get
collar
barong
is blue
tattoo.
and red.
Yeah.
It's most of it is the beige, which is the classic barong Tagalog.
Beige,
But
get
the-
the babes.
Beige because of the babes, but the collar is blue and red to signify make it
Is there such thing as a
significant to
barong
the
fashion show? That'd be dope.
the flag.
We should have one on our live
Maybe.
event.
They must have been.
Showcase
it's,
different barongs. Ooh.
The colored ones. The colored
This
ones
is
look
that
very.
one looks funny. It looked like it just dipped in blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like
the colored ones look like very
Sari, right?
inspired by like the Indian. Yeah. Indian like what's it
I
called?
think it's got to be white. Like yeah.
It's gotta be beige.
Beige. Sorry,
Traditionally,
beige.
it's
Off-white.
beige.
Off-white.
Beige color.
Yo, imagine if you had an off-white collab with barongs, and it's got that yellow strap, but it's a barong. Oh.
See, that looks sick, bro. The black ones with the
All
nice,
right.
like,
Let's try get
Yeah.
a Cheatcoders barong going.
Collab with off-white,
cool.
man. Like it'll be like a designer luxury barong.
What's off white? Oh, is that a clothing brand?
Or like a Gucci one. I don't know.
Gucci
Mother-
Barong.
It'll
Mother
be-
of pearl.
Oh god.
Nice.
So yeah,
Man.
that was interesting. Look at the popularity of barong Tagalogs. If we bring it back in fashion.
I don't know what our listeners are gonna get out of that. It's just us looking at barongs for like 10 minutes, going, "Oh, that's sick." Yo.
But then they could be looking at barongs too, be like, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna fucking get
let us know what barongs
my
you
own.
like. Like, you know, what you'd like to see.
Yeah.
Maybe a barong with our faces on it.
Hey.
I like these
Embroidered.
modern takes though.
Embroidered.
Modern takes
Yeah.
of barong.
Embroidered, yeah.
Because like you
Man.
can wear that you can wear that in formal events. You don't have to. I mean, like any events, right? You don't have to go to a formal event to wear it, right?
Yeah.
Next time we go to the
King.
barbecue
Man.
place. No, we're barong.
We're all wearing Barong Tagalog.
It's like, oh, did you have a wedding today? It's not. Nah, I just felt like it, you know.
I just felt like fish
it.
balls.
How do you?
Fish balls. Tastes better with
think-
a barong.
I think the difficult thing about wearing a barong is how do you dry clean it? Do you need to get it dry cleaned at a
That's
actual
the
dry cleaner, or can you just
problem.
or
I
can
pay
you
him my
chuck it in
$15
the
bucks.
Air dry, probably.
because you can't chuck it into the
Now
laundry, right? You can't put it in the
go
washing
to
machine.
church. You have to
Yeah.
go to church, get the pamphlets, and then you just have to keep like fanning it.
What?
That's how you dry it. You just fan it with
Why a
like
church pamphlet?
church
Pie, pie, pie.
pamphlets.
Yeah, why a church pamphlet?
Because they're the strongest ones. They're
Yeah.
blessed pamphlets. They get you cool in hot
Blessed.
hot churches.
A lot stronger. They've got holy magic.
Ah, man.
All right,
During
let's move on to the
winter,
next
no,
segment. All right, Don, what is the? Are we doing your segment still?
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. I'm growing to like this segment. I'm like, ooh, what could it be?
They're just basically talking points. It's also me like workshopping some jokes. Well, the baby doesn't like this segment, but
I think it's the same as last time
All
as
right,
well.
Don. I know.
every time Don comes on with this segment, I hate it. I hate his segment. I hate it. Just some things that I think about sometimes. It's like there's so many superhero movies, right? And in superhero movies there are supervillains as well, but like we know that there are bad guys and bad people around. Movies aren't real, so superheroes don't exist. So wouldn't that mean that any of the villains out there, they're winning all the time, right? Doesn't that make sense?
But do the villains
the villains
exist?
don't exist.
Yeah.
I think so, because there are.
No, but then if they're not, if superheroes are not real,
there's no
and
like there are
I always
villains.
I always see movies as exaggerated life, like stories of that are kind of real, inspired by life, but are exaggerated on the full screen. So we don't have to have superpowers to have a supervillain. We can have we can also have like, you know, villains that do exist, but also heroes that exist that don't have superpowers. Because
there are villains or there are people like Lex Luthor.
Elon
Let's
Musk.
say Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, right? Like they're close enough to Lex Luthor, who is a supervillain
But that's
in quotation
just 'cause
marks.
they're rich.
And then-
like it's not.
Yeah,
That's the comparison.
then-
Like by I suppose like by comparison, like anyone that's got like wealthy doesn't necessarily mean they're evil. Do you know what I mean?
no, it doesn't necessarily mean that.
Yeah.
But then again, you don't see like there's no Batman.
Like real life Batman.
So if there's no real life Batman. Like
'Cause he'd be
there's
in
no
jail.
like.
I think you're blurring reality with, with entertainment, bro. Yeah, no, you're right, because they're exaggerated. Like, there's no real, what is it called, vigilantes? Well, they are so-called, but they're not going to have powers, because there's no such thing.
Nah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, unless someone develops some actual superpower. Then without that, then you won't have super villains as well. You have people close to it.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing about that. Like, because we have movies, right? Like, a superheroes, then vigilante justice. Like the whole Batman thing, right? But when someone acts that out in the real world, it's like, well, we kind of live in this time where we're gonna prosecute these guys. But if we lived in, like, say 200 years ago, some guy's hunting down like child predators, he'd be like the town hero, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now it's like, we don't give it a chance to romanticize that shit. Of
do you guys,
this guy's actually doing things for good.
I think the closest you could get to a superhero. You guys remember that movie Kick-Ass? Like that looks like someone that would try to be a hero. Like it doesn't actually, it's not real. Like they put on spandex and boots, but they can't really fight.
Right.
And then the repercussions are real. The guy gets done, man. He gets hit by a car. And it's like, oh shit. It's not like the movies where you can like roll over it and you stand back up. He's in the hospital right away, type thing.
Yeah.
So.
And the Batman type figure, and that was like he died as well.
So Don, is your
What
point?
was the question? Sorry, like, is there real?
The world is just a bad place, and no one's gonna stop it.
No one's saving it.
Like all the villains are winning. That's what I'm thinking.
Wait, what,
I went to a dark place with this thought. That's what I went. Because if you think about it, there are people like say terrorists or like the what's it called, Iron Man, for instance, right?
Yeah.
There's the 10 rings or whatever the extremist group was in the movie. That extremist group, they're extremist groups that exist now, but like there's no Iron Man to stop them. You know what I mean?
The Navy SEALs and the FBI.
And I know that it's not
that's
so
the
clear
Captain.
cut.
That's the Captain America.
yeah.
You know, the CS. The CIAs and
but there's
agents of the world.
You could question as well, right? There's no black and white, because in movies there's a clear distinction of good and bad. Sometimes they delve into it where, like in Star Wars, but they'll show both sides. Like there's people in the Empire, but they're actual good people. It's like they just work for the bad, like the corporation or whatever it is. You could beg to differ with Elon Musk. He could be Iron Man as well when you think about it, but he could also be Lex Luthor.
He could be.
We don't know. He's in the.
He could be Batman.
He could be Batman.
Bat mask.
Yeah, he could be good. He could be bad.
I kind of take issue with this thing, like, because again, this guy's he's on his. There's like, what do you call it? Those financial guys that track people's progress and stuff, and he's on his way to becoming the first trillionaire, right?
Yeah.
Which maybe because of these characters like Lex Luthor and all that stuff, there's that connotation of like that negative like stigma of, oh man, this is like too much power for one person. But considering what Elon's been doing, like I don't see how you can tie that shit. I mean, Jeff Bezos, just because he's got a bald head, you know what I mean? Like, to be honest, between the two, if anything, it's gonna be Jeff. He's a seedy cunt. Like, out of all of the billionaires that's on TV and shit.
Have you seen that video of him? His laugh, like Jeff Bezos' laugh.
Is it evil?
Yeah,
is it evil laugh?
Yeah, this is the really, really like. I gotta find
Amazon
a video.
packages can't come that fast, you know, without some evil doings behind it. You know, it's too much.
Hey, you know what? There's a fucking truth to that, because, like, all this convenience comes at a cost. Have you seen the way people get treated in those Amazon factories and shit?
Where are they? In
because
China?
all this efficiency, like, no, in America.
Oh yeah.
But like people that, you know, like.
Did you think it was in the actual Amazon?
Are they treating them bad in the Amazon? Pray for Amazon.
Amazon River.
Pray for the Amazon. They're being treated bad by Amazon.
Speaking of like Elon Musk, I want to ask you a quick question before we get to more of Don's thinking.
Yeah.
Like he's demanding workers in Tesla to work at the office rather than home. So he doesn't believe in the work at home type of vibe, and he's demanding everyone to get back to the office because we all know that you're not doing
Depends
shit
on the work.
at home. So what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, companies pay rent, right? It's the same for the place that I work at. They're paying rent for a nice building. They want people to use the building, and like,
I think it's more than that.
if it's safe, then may as well go to the office. You know what I mean?
I think Elon Musk is trying to test his power of influence because the whole Bitcoin thing. He could just say something on Twitter, and then the Bitcoin value goes down or up. I think he's just trying to test and see if his influence in saying, you guys have to work in the office, not at home, and see if other companies will embrace that and be like, oh, if Elon's doing it, we should be doing it too. Because like his influence. So I'm gonna see. It'll be interesting to see in a couple of months if anyone will be like doing the same thing.
I'll tell you what though, like companies like Google, Facebook, they want people to stay in the office longer. So at Google, you can get meals for free. There are like nap stations. They're like, there's places to take a shower and stuff like that. And so they encourage people to stay at the office longer. They even encourage people to bring their family to have dinner there or have lunch there. So it's not... because I've seen it, I don't think it's anything different from Google or Facebook.
I think that a lot to do with it though is it's Silicon Valley startup culture. It's culture of the company as well. Companies that have more freedom, it's more suited for example, banks, maybe typical financial institutions. They're going to offer like work-life balance. The type of people they're going to have are usually a bit older families. They want that, and they're not here to change the world. Elon Musk though, look at the company. It's Tesla. It's innovation. Steve Jobs specifically, he's the one that started the whole code thing. Like, he puts so much emphasis on how the Apple stores look and how their offices are, how they're open space. Like, that all was part of the predisposition, like how they want to operate, because it manifests ideas and innovation. So it makes sense for Tesla. He expects people, like, people are like, oh, they don't have work-life balance, they treat people. It's like, no, he wants people that are like him, and he's like, he is 100% about what he does. He doesn't care. Like, they're so strict. They fire people on the spot. It's like, you're not delivering, bang. And then the people actually are like, no. So the people they want are people that have nothing else. They don't care about family. They don't care about kids. They are there to fucking...
It's like a toxic relationship.
It is half, but some of these people want that, and some people want that. Some people don't want kids. They don't want a family. They say, no, I'm here to fucking do something. I want to put, send a rocket to Mars and shit. You can't have that if you're like, oh, but I want my benefits and I want my work-life balance. It's like, fuck your work-life balance. This is a different company. This is what we do. So that's what it is. It goes back to the CEO dream as well. And Steve Jobs was exactly the same. People complain about Apple, but it's like, work at the retail store then, but don't work at like Silicon Valley where they're like changing the future type thing, because you're not gonna like survive. There's a certain breed of people they're looking for those types of jobs. That's pretty much it.
You can get heaps ruthless like that.
It's savage, but some people thrive off that. People want that. Some people.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do with the Cheatcoders. Like, I don't want you doing other shit. I want you to be right here talking to me.
Quit your job.
Make the Cheatcoders.
Don't do anything else. Just talk to me. Just talk to me. Are you okay? Are you okay, Raf? Is it? Just talk to me, guys. Talk to me, please.
No, man, I'm just trying to make a difference in the world, Well, yeah, and any more interesting
I gotta pee.
Could I be I don't be like sound like I'm defending Elon or whatever, but so that whole move there, it's directed at the managerial teams in Tesla. So a bunch of people. So this is the thing, right? With managerial stuff, it's a lot more beneficial for them to be working from home. Like productivity is like much higher actually for them, like not having to bloody travel all the time, especially when they live in places where they're all gridlocked all the time. So from like what I've seen there, it's like some sort of move, because since he tweeted that and he's become so vocal about something that could be detrimental to his productivity, a whole bunch of those overpaid bastards actually left Tesla. So it's like a way of purging all the
Clearing
cunts
out the
that,
chaff. Yeah.
bro, all those people that he would have had to pay, like, what do you call it? Like unemployment and all that stuff, paying out like all those benefits and shit. If he fired them, he was able to basically get out of that by having them leave the company by saying some shit like this, rather than, you know, like losing, like being out of pocket. So he was able to cleanse his staff without having to, you know, be a witch hunt.
The bullshit.
Yeah. And then the people that actually stayed, like, you know, the people that actually want to be there. You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah.
Not those fucking freeloading.
They do that. They do that a lot
pretending
too.
To be working.
A lot of corporate. You see that a lot in corporate too. When they some directors usually just get hired for that reason, just to like lay down the law, right? And then people just end up, oh, this is bullshit. But then they leave. But really, it's kind of like, well, you got pushed out. You didn't really win that, you know. We've all, some of us have been there. Like they did that for a reason. It's not like, you know, it's not like we're leaving. Haha. It's like, well, no, that was exactly the goal. That's why they brought this guy in.
Now I'm thinking of all the companies I've left.
Implemented.
It's happened a lot.
Yeah.
It happens a lot, man. Especially.
Hey. All right, man. So, like, if you're not committed to the Cheatcoders podcast, you can just
leave.
Just leave. Like
leave.
The door's right there.
I always think of Fight Club. Do you remember that there's a line? He's like, your involvement is up to you. Like, whatever your involvement, whatever you want to put into it is what you get out of it.
Yeah.
There's the line. I'm stuffed up the line, but yeah, that's what that reminds me of. I have one other thing that I find interesting.
Yay.
If you don't mind.
That's just so keen.
I like these facts that you bring up, man. It's interesting.
This isn't necessarily a fact. Well, I think this is a fact. Like, I realized something, and this is interesting, that I have gone to the gym or I work out so much that it has become my personality. So people label me as gym rat, health nut, buff guy, fit bitch, like those sorts of things, right?
Fit bitch.
And and what's it called? Like, it's I feel like it's just what I do now. It's just my personality. And I noticed something as well. Like, people will try to use that, you know, they use the gym membership as a motivation, for instance, right? Say, like, if you have a gym membership, you pay for it, and so you may as well go because you're paying for it. Mm-hmm. And so what I did was I've got 2 gym memberships because I want to raise the stakes. I want to double or nothing, pretty much.
Fucking hell.
The other
Wait, did you actually get 2 memberships?
The other thing that I noticed is that, like, the other way that you can motivate yourself to work out is through the path of least resistance. So I like to call it the lazy man's guide of things. You can basically, like, say you prepare your breakfast the night before, you set your shoes and gym clothes ready for the next day. It's like the path of least resistance. I think that is the easiest thing to do. But you know what else gives the least resistance?
Not
doing any of that shit. not working out at all. Like,
I've perfected that.
So I'm conflicted. Like, I feel like because I've personified this person that needs to go to the gym all the time. I feel like I have to go, but then the least path of least resistance is like, you shouldn't do any of that shit. Just give up.
Can I ask you something though? Because you've been how long have you been, like, you know, like years, right? 10 years, 20 years. How long has this been?
How long have you been?
How long has this been? You know, this version.
Matt's is doing this with his hands, like.
How long?
He's like pointing at himself with his hands.
No, because I
have been more sculptured.
Would it be harder for you to actually not work out? Because I feel you would struggle not working out. You'd have withdrawals and shit. Like, oh, I gotta lift something. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is actually difficult. Yeah, I think
it is actually difficult.
Because like different story. If you're like, oh fuck, I hate working out, but I can't stop now. Everyone expects it of me, but I don't think it's even the people expectation. It's your own expectation of it. Because I think like, yeah, you're addicted, bro. You need to go to like AA for working out.
I got a question.
He needs to go to KFC.
So if working out didn't like, say, it didn't make your arms look bigger or whatever, didn't give you abs and shit, would you still do it?
You don't have to think about it.
No.
No.
Because that was the goal, right? I mean, the goal for me was one I wanted to like look good in quotation marks.
So it's an like completely an external thing then, right?
So, some of it is external. The other part is the health thing, like because gout is hereditary and a lot of my family suffer from gout. I don't want that shit, and so I try my best to stay as healthy as possible and not eat any of the stuff that'll trigger gout. And which it's I guess it's been working so far. I haven't had any gout.
It's really good.
But yeah, I remember when I was younger, when I first started working out, it was you, Garcia, that asked me this question.
When was this?
I was working out so much. It was, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago.
It's been 15 years like
and
this.
Garcia asked me this question. He's like, so what's her name? And I'm like, no, I'm honestly just working out because I want to be healthy. I want to like look like good for myself. And he's like, nah. What's her name?
What's her name?
Who are you working out for? What's her name?
There's two reasons for that. There's two reasons why people work out. It's either like what's her name, or it's like, it didn't work out, huh? It's like
it didn't work out. You need to get back in the field. I'll show you who won this breakup.
The other funny thing is it seems like the things that women look for in a man, I fit into that, right? So I try to keep myself fit and looking good. I'm driven. I'm a comedian. Those three things. But then they also are red flags to women. I'm always in the gym. I'm always busy doing something. I'm a comedian. Like that.
Flex.
That's not a red flag. Fuck you.
Flex.
That's my only flag, bro. Don't take that away from me, please.
I mean, a red flag is better than no flag.
Garcia's screen's literally like blurring as he says it.
I know. My camera's fucking
fuck
giving
you,
up.
man. At least you have a flag. I'm like getting bleeped as we speak.
Why go to the gym when I could just blur myself out?
It's fucking blur.
But yeah, those are some things that I thought were interesting.
It's really interesting facts.
Really nice. Is anyone excited that Squid Game 2 is coming out?
No way, when?
Is
The
it?
season
When?
of Squid Game has, and they have announced that Squid Game 2 is officially coming out on Netflix.
When?
There's no date. They're just telling
8
people
hours ago.
that it's happening. So
It's dope, man.
I'm
I reckon it's
pretty
gonna
excited.
take years, bro.
Yo,
Didn't it take a long time for them to produce the first one?
Yeah, but I think it's kind of like you got to give the people what they want. It's not gonna take years. It's gonna be out probably like before Christmas or something like that. Or I don't know if they made an announcement. That means they have actually did some stuff. I reckon they've already shot it. It's already happening. They've already said who's gonna be coming back. They'll be saying who you'd be introduced to. So
I don't know if we talked about this when it first came out, but why was it so popular?
it's a good show, bro.
it because of the pandemic.
It got overhyped.
Right place.
Like more than maybe more. It surpassed its like what it should have. I liked it though. I watched it when it was like no one. We watched it. We watched it really early before it was.
It's a great
You were
show.
gonna hipster out.
Yeah, I was
right
gonna hipster
there,
out.
eh?
I was like, "Fuck, I'm doing it again." It's like, wait, we
I
watched it
before anybody else watched it.
before everybody, guys. We did.
But like, my question is more so like, instead of not that I don't believe that it's good, because I think it was a great movie
Right
as
place,
well.
right time.
But how? Yeah, like how? Like
Pandemic.
Everyone was stuck at their homes. They needed to watch something.
What is this
and
show?
then Squid
Random.
Game was it.
What is this?
Yeah.
I think we've
just popped out.
yeah,
I think we talked about. Oh, I switched. I'm on this side now. Dope.
ooh.
Roulette.
Don't worry.
Hey, sorry, wait.
That is dead content because you stay on the same side in the video.
Okay, don't worry then. Okay, it's cool. What I was gonna say is, I think we talked about it before. If there was like a real Squid Game, like what it would be. But this kind of sidesteps a bit.
There's actually a reality
I was gonna
TV
say
show
that.
that's coming out for Squid Game.
Oh no! I was a different show I was saying. There's a game show I watched on Netflix, and it's actually so dope. I thought it was gonna be stupid. Have you guys heard of The Floor Is Lava?
Yeah,
Yes.
It's so good. Like I was like, this looks stupid as shit. And I watched, dude. I watched the full season.
Is it
No, okay, let me tell you, right? Let me tell you why it's dope. The production value is dope. Like it looks sick. The props, what they do, the obstacles, you'd like it, Don. It's about being fit and shit. But then also
I've seen it.
the whole thing.
I've seen some of the
You
things. They
saw
do put a lot.
snippets. You saw a
of,
trailer. Here we go again.
No. I saw some
Okay,
episodes.
all right.
But they do put a lot of what's it called? There's a lot of
But
production value into it. They put a lot of money into putting it together.
Like certain, like there's the basketballers, there's the flight attendants, there's like, and I was thinking like if we entered it, I was just like, you know, playing the thought like the
Cheatcoders,
the podcasters, and they come in theme. There was like a dads, and they had like baby harnesses, not with the babies, like just toy babies, but we'd have like our microphones and shit, and that'll be like our powers. I reckon I don't know, man, we'd probably lose.
Isn't it just wipe out with lava?
It looks like. Now
what
that
I
you
was
think about it, now that you
Wipeout.
say that, like,
but you
yes.
gotta buy into the thing that it's real lava. That's what makes it fun, man. It's
Yeah, because once you're in, and then
because
they just
when people
into
fall in,
the
they
depths
don't
of
even
lava.
show them coming out, so they give that illusion that these people actually died. It's, they died, but it's so good,
So
man. Because
morbid.
they really you have to be strategic. Some members will sacrifice themselves for the greater good of the team because you have to do. It's like a panic room.
To win.
It's an escape room, and wipeout at the same time. Because you got to think, bro. It's not just pure physique. You got to think like, oh, there's puzzles. You got to press this button because that'll open this door. Makes it easy for my guys.
yeah.
Bro, it's so good. We should make one, man. We should make one.
Everything on the table.
We should
so
make.
passionate about it. He hit his microphone.
We should make one when I get back. Like I don't know how. We'll
Bro,
just
bro.
get a swimming pool.
We're gonna take it.
Dye it red.
It'll just be us in like Nats's living room, and then we're all on the couch being like, "Don't touch the floor. The floor is lava."
Yeah, man. Hey, it's baby Sam. it's like floating baby. Oh, he's so chubby. He's so cute.
So awake. He's so awake.
He's like, I want to play. The floor is
He
lava.
could definitely play floor is lava. It's right in front
So
of
I'm
me.
just saying, like, I'd really want to
Back.
do one, man. We should bring it to Australia, like, get a swimming pool, dye it red, and put props and shit.
Bro, we could do it for our Cheatcoders event, man. I'm down.
Yeah,
Wipe out Cheatcoders.
We
At
jump in there, I will
open
fall in,
studio.
and it looks
but
like
legit,
covered
guys,
in blood.
the way they stack it, they're like jumping and like smacking their heads on like thingos, but they make it look like they're proper bookshelves. They look legit, but I think it's all foam. So we gotta think safety.
Yeah.
Like we might get done, man.
Oh, I was just gonna do it at the warehouse with,
With,
like bricks and shit,
Cement, metal.
some abandoned building.
with crates.
parkour, but like you actually die.
Far out.
Yeah, man, I'm down. We could go
That's
to like
wild,
say
man.
like those Ninja Warrior gyms and shit, and then do something there.
I'd love
There's one in
I'd love
Mount
to do
Druitt.
something
There's a Ninja
like we
Warrior
don't
gym in
even
Mount
have to
Druitt.
video it. Probably better. Like all we do is content anyway. Like we go to one of these things.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
like
about,
us,
man.
Like us four, we do some like
Live
like
life?
a team thing, guys. Or we do like an escape room, but we ask, can we video it? Because we make content. And just put us in this situation. You know, work events.
Let's just record.
You know,
Let's
work
got
events
cameras.
like they make their employees go on a thing, and it's like a team building thing.
All right,
but
let's
really,
do a work event,
the
guys.
managers,
team building.
team building.
This is Nats from Social Club. He's the Cheatcoders Social Club committee member.
And we have GoPros on us, and then we just
Social butterfly.
really it's just an excuse
That'd be
usually
cool,
when the
that'd be cool.
managers
Yeah.
take their employees and they're really testing like how they do in situations.
I actually want to do something like that
It's so
with my team.
Do it.
Like I was
Let's
thinking
do it with
about
us
it.
first.
Nah,
There's-
just do it with us.
Or bring your team and we verse them, and it's like Cheatcoders versus Don's team,
We verse them.
and then we'll smoke them, bro. We'll smoke them.
Can we do it?
Bro, we're so smart, man. Like we look at puzzles.
Paintball.
Yeah, paintball with an
Paintball,
escape
yes.
room.
Yes.
This guy's
And we all get to shoot Don's team. Come over.
I'm not pitting you guys like, up against my team. That's not.
Why not?
all right. We're just pitting up against Don.
Get on the floor. That's lava.
Wow.
All right,
I'd be down to
shoot me.
do.
Everybody
I'd be down to do
allow
some
me.
sort of event
The floor,
with videos.
we could call it the floor is lava.
Because we could do that, Raph? We get lapel mics as well and cameras.
Oh, floor, I love you so. Never gonna let you go.
The floor is a Samoan clothing item.
What?
Lava lava. That's what lava is. It's like that skirt that they
This
wear.
guy wants to be
Lava,
Samoan
lava.
so bad.
I've been to Samoa. I've been there. What do you want me to say?
Next week he's just gonna have tribal tattoos like the Rock and knee pads. I don't know why.
He's gonna be the stone,
I'm gonna have like
the bato.
the bato,
I am the bato.
Don the pebble.
Hi, hello.
Can you smell what the kidney stone is cooking?
Kidney stone. That's the cousin of the
Oh,
gal,
man.
bro. Anyway. It is, man. That's the cousin of goat.
Oh, this is the cousin
Kidney
of the
stone is
gal.
the cousin of gout.
I never sleep because gout is the cousin of kidney stones.
I never sleep
Kidney
'cause
stones are the cousin of gout.
I never sleep.
I never eat.
They also
I
relate-
never eat because kidney
Are
stones
they also
the cousin
related
of
to
gout.
diabetes?
What?
Are they also related to diabetes?
What?
I don't know. I'm just stuck on my
Diabetes.
stuck on a
I never
just stuck
eat.
on Nas. My bad.
I never eat because kidney stones the cousin of gout. All right, let's go.
So is anyone excited about Squid Game or excited
My bad.
about the floor is lava?
I just want to play a game, bro.
Just launched into floors lava. Let's do it. We'll do a floors
Like,
lava.
any event we could do floors lava.
Lava.
We could do one of those like rock climbing things, or like an escape
good.
room, paintball. We could go kart
If this guy just wants to hang out,
with mics though.
you know, we could go
No, with
climbing,
mics though, with microphones.
go karting.
Raph just wants to talk. Nats wants to do extreme sports. Like
It's not
that's
that extreme.
I'm trying to take the path of least resistance.
No, so he was like,
just
"Yo,
trying to plan his
I'm
holiday.
only here for to talk. You're making me like get up and shit."
I have to climb things.
Like last week, like Garcia trying to make us eat bolot. I think the only thing we're good at is just talking, bro.
That's why I think it'll be funny.
I was
Or we go,
rewatching the
we go
episode.
fishing. How about we go fishing and then set the mics up? I know we tried it last time, Raph,
Oh,
but
bro.
there's
We
a
could-
way we could do
we
this.
could do that.
Set up the mics and actually just
Yeah.
fish, but have lapels and have an episode.
Bro, I'm not gonna talk for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, oh, I think I got one. It's a fucking eel again. Oh, fuck.
I'm just looking at my rod. Tipping. I think that's it. Maybe it's the current. Is that a fish or current?
Legit
That's like
though.
the waves,
that's
bro.
what fishing is. It's deciding if it's a fish or a current.
Yeah, legit though. Like we barely talked. We barely spoke to each
That's
other
true, actually.
when we went fishing.
That is a bad idea.
When
We
Raph and like,
It is a very bad idea. I remember now fishing gets very competitive.
It is. We just sit there, just looking at rods, just talking, no talking.
we didn't say anything to
The
each
audio
other.
will just be wind.
We barely
just be
said anything.
for like an hour. Go on,
Lord.
good boy. That's it.
Oh my god.
Mate, I got a
Good
boy.
boy. Oh, no.
It's just an
a
eel.
current, just a
Oh.
current. Oh, it's just an eel. Oh, fuck.
Ah, this episode's been wild.
You know, a way I'm gonna teach my son to read is karaoke.
Oh, nice.
I think that's
That's
the
actually
only way.
pretty smart, bro.
They'll learn to sing as well.
Because it gives you a score at the end, and it gives you can go for different speeds, different levels of expertise on reading. And I think that's how Filipinos learn how to speak English. That's why they're so romantic, because they've learned through just love songs. You know, fuck, like, you know, Miss Dr. Seuss. You got like Dr. Dre. you got like the Bee Gees.
Isn't there a hip hop
You
book
know?
as well? The hip hop ABCs.
Yeah, man.
When you like your kid comes back like from kindergarten, and he's like, he didn't finish his homework or whatever. It's like, Dad, I did my best.
I guess my best was something good. You know, like you didn't do your homework. You're gonna sing karaoke for another 2 hours. That's your homework, man. That's your homework. And it got me thinking. It's like I think I know why Filipinos are Christian.
Why?
Because they chose the book that had verses, and they're like, we get to read verses. We do that on a daily basis in karaoke. and then imagine the day they realize that you don't sing the Bible. You don't sing the Bible. Imagine that day. They're like, they're choosing between a religion. Is like, this religion, it has a book of verses. And then they realize, like, oh, you still read it, no, you don't sing it, and yeah, so that's my theory.
Though.
Do you?
There's they turned it into a song. Like it's really like just a response or whatever, right? But you hear the priest or the crowd like sing the response and sing.
Oh man.
yeah. It's just like it's supposed to be just amen. Amen. Bro. That was just one word, bro.
That's why mass takes so long, because they're singing.
That was like a crotchet note.
I've attended a mass where they don't sing. It goes for 15 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Like
the songs.
Yeah, exactly.
It's because there's a karaoke machine on the friggin' screen when they sing.
I used to do that, the lyrics thing, because it was manual, right, with the projector.
Yeah, the projector.
Yeah. Remember those old
slide projector?
The guy just sliding it up.
Yeah, I was DJ in the crowd, bro. If I fucked up, everybody fucked up. You understand the amount of pressure that was on me, man.
You could be like, what you call it, DJ Clunes, be like, let's start that again.
He gets a different slide.
And there's also the risk of like flipping it backwards, like it's mirrored, right? You have to put it on the right way.
And you're just cleaning all the dust because there's like this big pile of dust on the screen. Oh shit.
And then if like Garcia wanted to like mess with the people and he wanted to like make some scratching noises, he just like puts the lyrics and moves it back and forth over the projector, and everyone's like man.
So the choir would be singing one song, right? But then I'll put another song's lyrics on the projector, and then I'll create like a mashup with the crowd and the choir.
Oh, bro, you are innovative, bro. Oh man, I remember those guys that are sliding. You just see their big thumb,
I was like
their
the
big
Skrillex
fingers,
at
just
Skrillex.
You're Magic Mike before Magic Mike, bro.
He was like the Catholic Church's Diplo. That's what he was.
Instead of chucking cakes, no, I shouldn't say it. It's sacrilegious.
There's no Patreon, man. There's no Patreon.
Say it.
Yeah, no way.
Speaking of Patreon, we're gonna be recording our Patreon episode when we get back into the studio.
Sorry,
so shout out to all.
We're gonna give you two Antule. We're gonna do two Antule episodes per month for this month and next month.
Yeah.
Just to catch up on things.
Shout outs to our Patreons, Isabel, Christina, Joe, Martin, Jumo, Vince, Seth, Ian, Jed, Mikhail, Mike, Richard, Stephen, and AJ. All of the people that support us, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed to our Patreon, subscribe to it at thecheatcoders.com.